Child. Anyway, so
Hello, everyone. My name is Jaden, and my other name is after the late and great Gangsta Boo. We love you, girl, and we hope you are where you are, doing what you do. Uh, because you never know what the girls is up to. So I ain't. Meh.
I
But
just love that. I love that eulogy. I hope that you are where you are. Okay.
doing what you do.
Well,
Let me see your tongue ring. Like I live for the girls who can make an anthem, and I'll get into my 3 6 Mafia appreciation when we get to Thank Me Later's, because I have to just put y'all on to, and it's like a classic album, but y'all just need to go. And the girls who probably listen to this probably would never come across that unless I do the gospel. Like I think this chapter of my life is called spreading the gospel, because I feel like that's all I've been doing. I showed Amira this past weekend some gospel.
yes, you really did.
Girl,
And I want to thank you publicly for that.
did
That
you
was
did y'all
missionary
share
work.
with y'all family?
Girl, I don't see them enough to
You
share it
did.
because if
No,
I
no.
send a link, baby, it's getting lost.
Yes. This is
But
true.
also to go back, you did share also with me 16 carriages in Texas Hold'em as well.
I
Just to add
did.
that to your resume.
And something about these past few months have just had me ready to share and
Mhm.
give and provide in such a way that
Mm.
my cup runneth over.
No, you're in your mother era.
I,
Yeah.
mother, baby mother.
Mm. Well, my name is Amira, and pivoting completely, I give you Paris in springtime. Worst season ever. Not even that it's a bad season, spring. Not even that is bad. I'm so sorry, Mr. Aries. It's
Like
that
that's
no,
me.
but hear me out because you can't be delusional for this. For other things, yeah. For me, this is why it's not good. It's really okay. I'm sorry, it's not good, but it's not top three because all the other seasons you can expect what you can expect. You can be where you are, doing what you do, knowing what to expect. You know it's going to be hot in the summer. Amen. You know that it's going to be cold in the winter. You know that it's going to be perfect in fall. And you know that the spring is going to be unknowable. Why the cuss? Would it be raining all week here, snowing in California? Then I bet you next week it's going to be hot. Then the next week after that is going to be cold. Then it's going to be raining, 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 raining. If the season's big badge of honor is that it's rainy, what is this? Seattle? No, baby, this is New Jersey for you. Philadelphia for others. Chicago. Baby, I don't want it to be raining. But, because I can hear you, Jaden. Just give me a second. Just give me a
I'm
second.
waiting. I'm
I
literally waiting for my
will
turn.
I will allow it for the counterpoint of like the season of rebirth and like things being grown and like it's raining so much to give life to all these flowers and trees that died. At the
In
same
the
time,
cold winter.
at the same time, I had that. I don't need that. I know where to get that. I don't want that. I've been growing. I have been growing. I don't need all this water. It's cute, but it's also like, can it just rain and be cute? Why does it have to rain and be cold? And then later rain and be hot? Why can't it be like a fall rain where it's just right?
What I think is interesting is how
Tell
this
me.
started off trying to be removed from delusion, and yet delusion has plopped itself on the same mic that you are using. Because to say that fall has some defined weather, it's misinformation. And I don't understand, because also it's rainfall as well. And sometimes you walk outside and it's the beginning of September and it's still 85 degrees for some reason. And then it's the 8th of September and it's midwinter. And I don't understand how the warming up of the temperature and the climate is the issue, but the cooling down is not. Well, you know where we're getting to. Like that's my thing. It's hot, short in the summer. I'm not a summer girly. Like I like the summer. She's cute. She's fun. But if I can be inside during the winter, I'll take that over being outside in the summer. No shade.
Correct.
But I do like being outside in spring. Like hello,
You were
especially
outside
the
today?
end. No, but I had to work, so that should not count. That should not count. I had to work, and it was a little wet. It was a little wet out. I'm not gonna lie, but the springtime, you still have that breeze from the coldness of winter, but the sun is preparing for summer, and I think that there's a special place that should be held in our hearts for that, because fall baby. And you want to know something? As the fall and spring of this world, why are we the ones fighting? It's these other girls that are too much, and that's how they get you. They put queens against each other.
So right.
The transition seasons are the better seasons because you get the best. You get the limo out front. Like that's what I'm saying. Like with these other ones, with the summer, you are at an extreme, and at the winter, you are at an extreme. At least in fall and spring, sure, it showers and rain falls. Like we love trying to make April showers and whatnot, but rain falls, honey.
Get this elementary school memorable way to remember. Because I know you remember. I know your 4th grade teacher taught you that.
April does bring showers, but you're trying to tell me it don't rain and no fall, and the rain ain't ice cold.
It might. It really
and
might.
It be gloomy, and then it starts getting dark earlier. Stop playing. Like,
okay, you're right. Let me go back. And I know what the girls are going to say. Wow, Amira, you switched up so quick. It took almost no convincing. But let me tell you why. Because why would I just switch up on the transitional months when I come from a transitional month?
We are transitional babies.
So yes, I'm going to bump up. Yes, spring was 4th. And now I could put it at 2nd. And fall's still going to be number 1. And because, let me tell you why. When you're in the fall and you're moving into winter, how many times do you say, I wish it was still fall? Oh, it's so nice. When you're in winter, moving into spring, nobody says, I wish it was still winter. When nobody says that except for fall. I mean, like, I don't ever get to fall and say, dang, I wish it was still summer. Never. It's never happened because,
no,
as you know, I'm not a summer girl.
Only but in a different context.
Towards the end, and you just want the sunlight, of course. But James,
no, but I'm saying like the context is like school. Like I wish it was still summer because
for the vacations, and that's how summer got to where she is because of the association with vacation. Baby summer is really not that girl, and
it's really not.
This, and probably 2021, the real ones will remember. It's never been that girl for me. I knew from a very early age, okay, it's giving association. People are only hyped for her because we're not going to be in school. But let's
like
be
summer.
honest.
Do not get me wrong. I love a good summer day, but she gets too much hype because if you had to go to school in the summer, you would not like summer the same way you do.
No,
like the hate and disdain for winter comes from our lack of good approach to winter. Like if we treated winter as it's supposed to be, like winter, we're supposed to be not hibernating, but essentially we're supposed to you gain more weight during the winter because it's colder, so we need to hold a little more body heat inside of us. Like you're going to be inside more, it's darker, like it's going to affect your mood. But we live under we're not even 10 minutes in. We're under capitalism, so we have to work and do all these other things, and we have to go to school and all these and that. If you had off all winter long, you would probably feel different about the winter.
It had such great potential. You're right. Like it had such the food, the music, the vibes, the scents associated, the holidays. Hello, the coziness, the like attributes and adjectives
The
used to
intimacy.
describe the
Winter brings
feeling.
such can either
Oh,
be darkness, it can be a little gloomy for some,
mm,
which I
mm,
definitely
mm,
understand. But like it can also bring an intimacy. But
mm.
I imagine also it wouldn't be as gloomy for folks if they didn't have to wake up same time that they did for the
Hello.
past when the sun was coming out at a different time to go to work and then leave work at night. Like if we weren't dealing with that and we just were able to live how we did in grade schools during the summertime, life would be so much different.
Life would be a dream, as they say. Like,
Sweetheart.
imagine how good you would feel coming back after you sleeping for basically 12 hours a day, every day, eating your soups, reading your books. I mean, I don't know what else people want to do. Oh, watching movies, I guess. It just had such great potential. Summer. How about this? If you listened up to this point, let us know. Even though I asked for this 10 years ago and nobody did it, we have new listeners now, so maybe they will. Let us know your thoughts on the seasons because, so for me, it's giving fall, spring, summer, and winter are kind of battling right now, but I think I might go winter, summer.
Hmm.
And I'm going to give that with the caveat of not paying any bills or expenses because obviously that gas bill is going to get you in the winter. But then
Yes.
going outside is going to get you in the summer because you got to pay
But
for
also
everything
that air
outside.
conditioning.
Yeah, yeah. So all the pricing aside, it's going to be fall, spring, winter, summer. That's surely going to rattle a couple of hearts. I just know it.
Okay,
Yasser
and I'll
stuff
get
all the
mine.
way.
I'll get mine. Mine is fall, spring, summer, winter. And let me tell you why fall. Because the girls, I like fall for fashion. And
Fashion.
that's it. That's the
Yeah.
only reason y'all got me. The fashion and fall. And also I feel like albums that come out in fall, just like R&B is a
Mm,
fall girl. I
it
love
is.
walking while the sun is burning the trees and
Mm.
having India Shawn blasting in my ear. Yeah, I do.
Jaden, where are we?
Oh. We're on a lovely spring evening now
Spring,
called
summer.
wait, springtime on a show. I'm like, the spring is called the show? No. The springtime show called Show. Anyway, with Jaden and Amira.
Literally the best to ever do it.
Always
Yeah, I got an email
on
this
my
morning about
set.
it. Yeah, they were like, still the best to ever do it. Just wanted to
Yep.
give you guys your monthly update.
Yeah. Did you
I
do your
mean, it's
taxes?
whatever. Did I do my taxes or were my taxes done?
Were your taxes done?
Yes, yes, they were done. The girls were like, "Be grateful if you get anything this year because it's gonna get scary." And I don't know why I was having fantasies of buying cars and paying off a house. But oh, maybe your dog did their taxes too.
Just please keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did I mean, I had my taxes done. The amount, it's not moving no mountains, but I'm grateful for the lunch and dinner I'll be able to provide.
It's not paying no rent, but
Yeah,
a cute little
a shoe. That's all I want.
mm, okay. Yeah.
What
I'll
about
get
you?
it now because I just added that to my moment of the week because absolutely. Speaking of
Girl,
moment of the
well,
week.
right, let's get in the moment of the week. This is where Jade and I talk about things that happened this week or last week and sometimes even next week because we kind of had that future seeability that made us really sit with ourselves
Oh.
and say, "Child,
Mm, mm,
you doing all this." Anyway. So you know what, Jaden, because you're putting on your lip gloss, I'll go first if you don't mind.
please do.
Okay. So mine is a quick one. It sounds way more dramatic than it is, but once the imagination gets going, it's kind of hard to stop. So As we know, I'm a public transportation girly. So one day I'm getting off the train.
We do
I
know.
come above ground and I see this man. Let's call him about 6'2", slim build, white, short brown hair. Let's just say he looks like
Oh,
me.
he's white.
Correct.
Uh,
And young, probably about 25 to, you never know with them. So I'll say about 27 to 33, giving young business professional, whatever.
I'm pissed off.
I see him bending down. It looks like he's picking something up. And I'm like, oh, maybe he's just got his blessing. Maybe he's picking up some money. Let me keep my eye to the ground. But then I look and I see that he's actually placing down a pair of AirPods. Like, and it doesn't give like, like if you find something on the ground and it's giving, oh, it's empty, this is trash, I'm gonna just leave it where I found it. It wasn't giving that. It was giving brand, when I walked past, they were looking unscratched, brand spanking new. And he just put them down. It felt like he looked directly into my eyes because he saw me, he felt me looking at him, and then he walked across the street and just left. He did not turn back, but I definitely kept an eye on him as I waited for the crosswalk. And I'm like, why did he set these AirPods down? And I'm like, touch, don't touch, open, don't open. But I'm like, don't open. Then it got me to thinking, real ones will remember me talking about how I kept getting notifications about how an AirPod has been with me for since
Mm,
2 o'clock today. There's been an AirPod with you.
I remember that.
If this is not your AirPod, then please, whatever. And never being able to find that AirPod. And I'm like, maybe this is the new one that the girls are running because to the average person, he's unsuspecting. He's a young business professional, but I know better.
Right.
He's probably the face of or the mastermind behind, you know? And I just want the girls to be mindful of that, keep an eye out, and not to be, Facebook, WhatsApp warning the girls like, oh, watch out for the napkins on the windshield.
Not the
But
WhatsApp.
for real, well, for real, if you see a pair of AirPods on the ground, unless you're going to return them to the front desk at whatever business you're nearest, do not take them to your home. It's tempting, but girl, they got tracking devices on them. Come on
They
now.
do.
Come on now. Don't get set up. Don't get got. And that's my
That's
moment
a
of the
very
week.
fair point. Because me,
No,
I'll
not
pick
if you
him
saw
up.
him put it down.
If I saw him put him down, I probably would have picked it up while he was walking away.
And you would have
But
taken them? No.
no, probably destroyed them.
Smart.
Threw them at the wall. Or I would have
This
been
whole
like,
scene.
I went to the bus, like, make sure you drive over them AirPods. Like, we need to do something about this. There's
Just
an
toss it
epidemic
in the
going
middle.
on. They're doing
Hello.
something. There's a lot going on in this world. I would not be surprised if you listen to this new they got Act 2 sitting on these AirPods and now they got you.
But also, it really made me think of one time I watched this show about these people that did some big crimes and then they tried to, absolve themselves and get rid of all the evidence. So she put the phone in the back of a seat on a train and she's gonna get off the train and just have the phone writing on the train or whatever. And this old lady was like, excuse me, you left your phone. And she's like, that's not my phone. I saw you put that phone down. No, that's not my phone. I didn't want to be involved in that because I wasn't like, sir, you dropped your AirPods. But I didn't want him and his goons to attack me because I messed up. They're getting rid of evidence. So then I'm like, let me keep an extra careful eye on the news about anybody that went missing and that's looking for a pair of AirPods. I don't know why that would be in the article, but I was looking for that.
Let us know when you have an update.
I for sure will. What is your one of the week?
Well, I have two. One, I'll start off with the taxes. TurboTax, H&R Block, go to hell. My thing is, why if I sat there, me, filled out all that paperwork with your assistance as an app, but that's your job as an app who doesn't make any money. Who doesn't, whatever.
Do any labor? It's not like it's really working.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's literally programmed
It's the
to
same
do
for everybody.
Why, when it's time to collect my tax return, it's like, do you want to pay the fee out of your taxes? hold. Oh, I said sure. Well, first I did it on H&R Block, and they already pissed me off with how much it costs to work with someone in person, let alone do this thing on the computer. It says there will be a chart. First of all, the fee is like $30, whatever.
Okay,
It
okay.
said if you are trying to pay this fee with your tax return, it'll
Right.
be an extra $40 on top of that. I said, girl, fuck you. So then I went over to Texas Hold'em, TurboTax, and I said, I'm gonna try you, mama. And let me tell you something about these companies. Read the fine print, ho. I finished it. It tells me my price is $29. I said, H&R Block tried to get. I'm talking big shit. H&R Block tried to get me. You see, they're not charging me over here. I'm not leaving TurboTax. My man. Right. So then it says terms apply. Now everybody know you ignore the terms apply. Something in my gut said, click that button. I clicked it. By terms apply, we mean there will be a $40 surcharge with the third party app that does the transferring of the funds. I said, and there it go. See, at least H&R Block told the bitch they was robbing the hoe.
Right.
Y'all wasn't gonna say nothing and then let me come up short another $40.
Jaden. Jaden.
Mm-mm.
That's what I'm talking about. When I said, yeah, I'm a da da da, I did have my taxes done, but then the person who does it, it's my sister. She said, do you want to pay out of your taxes or do you want to just pay it? And I don't know what kind of app you was using because it was 75, not no 20 or 40. So I'm gonna have to actually get with her because it's giving
It's giving.
filing
She took a
fee.
surcharge as well.
Yeah, it's giving filing fee because I don't know what that. And then she said, okay, well, they want to have an extra charge if you want to take it from there. I'm like, now it's already there. Why would I need an extra charge to take the money that you already know where it is? Just don't give me all the money. Just change the number. It just makes no sense that you would charge me extra for getting that money from the money that you just said I had. It'd be like if somebody had $100 on their hand and they were like, "I'll hand this money directly to you, but I'm gonna have to charge you $20 for the handing over fee," versus if I put it down on the table and slide it across. Baby, you have the money in your hand. Why would there be a processing fee for that? It's just sick, Jaden. And now we need to know which one you went with, H&R Block or what was the other one, TurboTax?
TurboTax. Yeah. That's also, I didn't do any because hello, but I'm gonna just wait to get paid because why is it $30 if I pay out of pocket, but then 70 something if I pay through the thing that's already here? So I just said I'm just not gonna do it.
But
I'm
then
gonna just wait.
also you can file, like I remember somebody saying you can file it for free with the government. But of course the government is in cahoots with these, third parties that blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna have to tell my sister to do it the hard long way and do it through the government so I don't have to pay because like I'll give you your little $30 for doing it for me, but I don't want to give H&R my money anymore. Not that I ever
And that's
have.
but that's also what I'm saying. Like, I don't the ease of doing it through H&R Block is worth $30. Like, I'll give y'all $30 and then y'all can get out my face. But for me to go to the IRS website and have to do it the old fashioned way, girl, in 2024, when I can go on H&R Block and they gonna do it anyway,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
pay for
need
your
you hassles.
convenience. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I
and, I,
mean,
and I'll do that because it took 30 minutes to do. That's what I'm saying. Like, it took 30 minutes to do. It's done, and I just have to hit submit and just put my card in and pay $30.
ugh. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all, if TurboTax, H&R Block, and whoever else are kind of all the same, and they know people do that thing where they bounce back and forth, like trying to figure out which one is. I'm sorry, I'm choking because a candle just blew out in my room, and now it smells like a birthday party in here. So go ahead, honey. Mm.
Oh, Sorry, I'm also literally having technical difficulties
Oh no.
because, of course, I have a dog that won't move out the way.
What does a dog have to do with the
Hold
technicalities?
on, there was a lot going on. And so for my other moment of the
Well,
week,
wait, which one did you go? Oh, which one are you gonna go with? H&R Block or
I'm gonna
Jumbo?
go back
Black?
with TurboTax. Um,
Okay.
they got me the same amount. I was also testing it to see like which one of you hoes is going to jump.
Some surge pricing.
Okay, hello, but I'm gonna just do TurboTax because I only did H&R Block last year because there's one near me and I needed a person to help me. But this year I don't need the help, so I'm like I can just do it through TurboTax, and that's who I used to use prior to last year. Um, it's fine. Another person who's going to hell. SZA, girl, get over here. You knew it was coming. So, as I said a few weeks ago, SZA had performed Saturn for MasterCard at the Grammy, like as the Grammy commercial type thing. Beautiful production, beautiful performance, great, whatever. And in hindsight, I see why they were the only person to have it because it's like we want to get as many views as possible, so we know people are going to want to come back and listen. We want to be the only access they have to this song for at least so and so days, which is very likely something that was put into writing a part of the contract between them. It happens all the time, especially with like even like Grammys or other like award shows. They'll go into contract with an artist. We host your performance for however long, and then once we don't want it no more, you can put it on your own platforms, whatever. So someone sends me Saturn on Apple Music, right? And I said, "Oh, cute, bet." Well, someone sent me the live version, and then I said, "Oh, bet, like can't wait." I go listen to the regular version, and I'm like, now this is a track. Do 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 do. And then I said, now let me get into mother. I clicked that live version. Amira, why is it the audio just with the main vocal turned up?
They think you're dumb.
They think something. But the only thing they need to be thinking about is how they're going to stay cool in hell. Because I just don't understand why you thought my ass would fall for this. I'm not listening to no live track. First of all, can we all stop with the original track, acapella, instrumental,
Seriously. Radio
live?
edit. I'll take it, but okay.
I don't want it.
DJ edit. DJ so and so's twist. Oh my gosh, please.
And the DJ edit's okay, sure, but and that has been a thing. But
Exactly.
y'all are just trying to sell streams, and that's all that this is for. That's all this is about. So when you click on it, you can listen to the instrumental version, you listen to the acapella version, and it's like, leave us the fuck alone. Where's that version? The version where you left us the fuck alone, where you gave us a song and then you shut up about it. Because to give me the live, and it's literally the same exact vocals as the regular audio with the main vocal turned up and maybe a little like ambiance added to it, a little reverb. Stop playing with me. Why do y'all love to play? Y'all love to play when this was a setup from the jump because we started off with the live version. Like,
Right.
who do you think you're literally singing the same exact way from the original one, the original audio, when you have a live version? Y'all really could have just pulled the
That's
track.
what I thought you were gonna say.
Y'all could have just pulled the track from the live version that you let us listen to for the past 2 years. Okay, I'm making that up. For the past like week. What was the point?
What was the point?
And what was
Don't
the
they know
reason?
that the girls memorized how that live version sounded?
And don't you know that I'm singing the lead part? Why am I out doing this bitch?
Hello? Like, If anything, I would expect him to just give us the lead vocal from or the live vocal from the Mastercard commercial. I thought you were gonna say that for the like studio version, it was just the live version minus some reverb. But this is worse.
This is far worse because at least with that, the what's it called was well adjust, like the sound on the live performance at
Mm-hmm.
Mastercard was already well produced and already well
Yeah.
mixed. So they literally could have just pulled it from there. That whole last part was like that whole ad lib section, not there. That the first run she does is a background run, and it's like, don't tell me it's alive, and then I come on here and ain't nothing live about it.
It was a lie. It must be so hard being a SZA fan. I think of you often. I pray for you often because it's truly always something.
Always. And it's that label. It's always something with that whole label, honestly.
No, truly, I need her to come up out of there because like they just be doing. Not I was gonna say too much, but it seems like they're doing too little at this
They
point.
they do too much. They do too much and they don't do the right muches. And that's my issue.
Mm,
Your much
mm.
shouldn't be this artist is a newer artist. Back in Control. I'm not necessarily talking about SOS. She's a new artist. It's her first time doing such big tours. Let's not put her at every single tour and every single festival in every single, like, let's not overwork her, which is what y'all do. And then they also hold people's music. Like, where Lana, she has another project called Lana that's literally ready, and
Mm.
we're all just waiting for it to come out. But Schoolboy Q is also on that label. So his album just dropped this past weekend. So we weren't going to get Lana. But did we know Schoolboy Q's album was dropping? No. Did we know we were waiting for that? No. You just
No.
wait, and then they want to surprise dropping you with all these other artists. And it's like, you're not Beyonce.
I was just about to say that they think they're Beyonce.
And it may not have been a surprise drop, but why are you holding? Schoolboy Q fans aren't necessarily SZA fans.
No, but also why this isn't the back in the day where people only have the capacity to digest one album at a time. It's not like it's a physical CD and your car can only play one CD at a time.
It's
We can listen to
streams,
both. We can
and
do
we're
both.
going to. And actually, if Lana dropped tomorrow, they still be playing that, and then be also playing Lana.
Correct. Correct.
So it's just fully packed in hell today, and I hope you sing about Saturn Air.
You're
Life's better in hell.
sick, Jaden, because that's not what she said. That is not what
What's
she's
one,
saying.
one of the lines is this what hell is like? It is.
Yeah. It was a
Get
foreshadow,
comfortable.
actually. I don't know why you even were surprised at that point if she literally told you right there.
Hmm.
Well, in other news, it is now March. Also we've been away for a while, I noticed. Time goes differently here in person with us versus like when the people hear the episodes and they're gonna be like, don't just come back. We haven't heard from you in 2 weeks. Anyway, yeah, we're back. Don't worry about where we were, but we're back.
Wow.
And now it's no longer February. So that was cute, little fun. Black History Month. Now it's Black Women's History Month. Wow, that's crazy. This 3 month runs iconic. And I didn't give you the chance to think about it, Jaden, because you shouldn't have to dig that hard about this question. So I'll go first. My two of my favorite Black women, celebrity or famous or whatever in history, historic or otherwise iconic, and they kind of are just like very much you get a good idea of who I am from this, are Tracy Ellis Ross, Obvi, and Audre Lorde, Obvi. It just really it's giving mood board Pinterest, get to know me by knowing my fave Black women. You know, that's just the
That's real.
starter. Maybe we'll come back and I'll tell you two more, but I don't know because I don't know if I want you to know me that deep. But anyway, Jaden, what about you? Who is it for you?
Um.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
This is tricky because I want to say Issa, but it might not be Issa. But I'm gonna vote Issa. Ray, of course. And then mm, maybe bell hooks. Maybe.
Okay, that's
What's your
funny.
answer?
Toni Morrison,
I was gonna.
and honestly, I was deciding in my head if it was gonna be between Toni or Belle, and I
And I was
picked
gonna say
Toni.
Tony.
I only picked Toni because, because and just
Yeah.
it's something about Toni Morrison, the way she talks, the
Uh,
way she expresses. It's just
I was literally torn between them too.
yeah, Belle for like actually the amount of things read maybe, but like
Mhm.
Toni for who speaks to the heart. Toni Morrison down, and then Solange Knowles. Um, it would be Issa Rae, but her capitalism is a little too strong for me right now.
Mm.
But I think I am aligned with Issa Rae. I think if you were to guess Issa
And
Rae, you
that's
would
why
not be
I
wrong.
picked Issa Rae for
She's
the mood
probably
board.
she's number 3. She's like that's what it is. It's
She's
Toni
there, but she's not.
Morrison. Issa Rae is my sun sign.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, of
Yeah.
course she's always there. But if you're asking me this question, I'm probably going to talk more about my moon and rising. My rising is Toni Morrison, and then my moon is literally Solange.
Yeah.
Or no, I present as Solange, but my emotions are more Toni. That's right.
And you know what's so funny? Because this is gonna sound like a lie because now that I know the truth, I was like torn between saying like a musical artist versus saying Issa, but then I'm like, no, because Issa's like the creatives of Issa are more aligned with what you're creatively trying to do or like doing actively. But then I was like, ooh, maybe I'll pick Beyond Snows. And I'm really glad I didn't because that would have been embarrassing.
Though she's also here. Like she's also around. She's also on the board. Like she's close by. But
yeah.
Solange is more me. Though Beyonce is also very much me.
She's every woman. Whitney Houston.
It's
That's really, I think that really, it's kind of giving litmus tests of personality, get to know your friends. So if you've listened up to this point, amen, write in and let us know who your 2 favorite Black women are. I know it's so hard to choose, especially when you know at least 3. But you know, try to narrow it down to 2 and try to also make it someone that I potentially know. You can put in parentheses that it's actually your great grandmother Mabel, but like when you write it into us,
we don't want to hear about.
And then maybe we'll share it and get a consensus of maybe there's one Black woman that's standing out amongst the rest. So that was that. Now it's time for the catch, and look at that. We're only 1 hour into the show. We're making great time. First things first, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Child Anyway Pod and TikTok at Child Anyway the Podcast. Okay, that's done. Here's what it is. Jaden, as we know, you are very much into like community building and like getting the word out, collecting information. So this is what this is, because baby, I can't be everywhere. I can't be everything. So this is what I need from you all listening at home. Go out, try Wendy's new orange sickle frosty, and come back and let me know if I too should try it because the picture looked just heavenly divine. I just love orange sickle pop, like a popsicle lollipop, not lollipop, but orange sickle ice cream. Frosty ice cream times like it's just better ice cream.
It's so good.
So let me know if it's deliciously dangerous, like don't get it because then you're going to get it every day, deliciously cute for the season, or is it if it's giving artificially delicious? Those are the
Clap
options.
if you care. That's what that felt like.
No. Very much. Clap if you ever killed somebody.
Yeah,
because I want to know, and I don't,
and I too want to know, but honestly I may be the one to tell you because
please,
that's something I would absolutely try, and I
Yeah.
love Wendy's. No shade. Like Wendy's is a really good fast food choice. Though I
Okay,
feel
but
like,
don't say Wendy's anymore because it sounded like an ad.
well, the red haired girl, her store is cute.
It
Um,
is.
and the orange sickle frosty, because if that's giving like the orange sickle pops or whatever from girl, I
Ooh,
love those. Are so good every time.
so good. Even when there's
Yeah,
more orange than like the actual ice cream, it's still good.
I really don't give a damn. Like as long as both are present,
You
their
know what I mean?
quantities. Like I just need them both here.
Yeah.
Or like if you go to Rita's and
Mm.
you get gelati.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Woo! A
Girl, that
gelati.
gelati. Oh my
Matter
gosh.
of
She's
fact,
expensive, but she's worth it.
and we're back to spring. Spring has moved back up because guess what opens the first day of spring? And guess what you get free?
Rita's.
And guess what closes in fall?
Krispy Kreme. Um, don't do
Mm, more reasons.
because all good things in moderation, Jaden. We know
And the
this.
orange sickle frosty is coming during what time?
Correct, but go back to their calendar, baby. They had other specialty flavor frosties for other seasons.
But do we know what they are?
Yes, chocolate,
Always.
chocolate, vanilla, of course, strawberry. I believe they had a peppermint. Did not try her, but that strawberry one was it. Okay, Jaden, you're so hyped, but you also listed spring first or second,
No, you're
actually.
right. I said it just moved
No,
up because I forgot all that comes with
girl,
spring. And spring, when
girl.
they talk about the rain, they don't talk about the seed that was in the ground. And
Oh,
the seed is capitalism. And
well,
capitalism springs in spring.
she will bloom, full bloom. And this is your favorite season? Okay.
Girl, she's
What
around. She creeps up in the winter.
she does for them space
She's most expensive in
heaters.
the summer,
For them
child,
concerts.
and she do not fall and fall.
I think she might though. I'm gonna
She
check
don't
the
because you bought more clothes to wear in fall.
first of all, and I'm not gonna call you out your name on here, this podcast. First of all, the real ones don't even buy their fall clothes in the fall. I
Well,
bought that.
in
I'm
summer,
I'm
as
buying
soon
it
as
right now.
it went on sale
Hello, baby. Once I see
last
that red
spring.
sticker.
Yeah,
Um, speaking of, it's yep. Speaking of spring, speaking of summer, speaking of being outside, the creator of the Backyardigans, yes, Janice Burgess, has passed away at age 74, I believe. It's Black Women's History Month. Excellent time as ever to celebrate her life and legacy. The Backyardigans, if you didn't watch it growing up because you weren't a child or maybe because you were not born, then go back and watch a few episodes. It was just so good. It was so creative. It's so much fun. The songs were iconic. Even though all the
yes,
characters are animals, it still to me gave a sense of visibility because first of all, it was so obvious those children were black, except for Pablo,
yes.
obviously. But even he could have been
After
Afro.
Latina.
He was Dominican.
Do you know? I
Um,
know someone who played Tanisha.
wait, you know someone who? You mean you know who?
I think more
You
than one
act a
person
lot.
played
Oh
Tanisha.
my gosh, she was gonna run through like that.
They all were.
Oh, not Uniqua.
Girl, you know that voice, it goes down an octave. They got to get you out of here.
That's so true,
You
baby.
be
The
like,
kids are not growing up.
we are your friends. They're like, oh, girl, that's a C minor. Let's go.
Baby, your
You
voice is
tried to hide it.
cracking. We saw
Let's
the
go.
breakout. Get out of here. That's really cool. Maybe you should bring her on the show because I would love to know what it was like working on this show. How old was she when she or how old
She
were
literally
they?
went to school with us. That's so funny.
That is so with us?
Yeah, I know her from. Hello, you have my shirt.
And Okay, that
Sorry,
was
that was my
like a
dog.
fun fact that she always presented to the people.
She did. You just
I didn't
weren't a part
see
of the
her
picture.
wearing no merch.
Oh no, it didn't give merch.
Mm.
But she also, well, I'm not talking about her no more. When you started, like, okay, this is not her show. When you started doing this, I thought again of Wendy Williams, and I was like, "Do you like the Backyardigans?
Clap,
How many
clap
people
if
know who made
you
it?"
clap if you watch the Backyardigans. Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
The creator is dead.
No, literally, that's the way she delivered news. I'm sorry, I miss her on
Me
TV.
bad. And how?
I'm
Okay, how do you feel about this whole
sorry.
documentary and whatnot going on?
I think that I know what is to be expected of the reception from the people. Like it's gonna give cold, it's gonna give hot and cold. Some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate her more. Some people are gonna say that she deserves whatever she got just because she, she was pretty mean and nasty. But I am so down and interested to learn about her life in that way, as long as it's done in like a tasteful way with
Which it
her
won't be.
estate's consent, which it won't be, and like her own, like, okay, she was there in the cutting room floor essentially. But I'm doing all this, girl. I ain't even gonna watch it. I'm certainly excited to see what people say about it though. Because I don't think I even know where or when or what or
I
how.
mean, I don't know nor really care. Type if you care. Um, but at first I was like, I hate seeing this, and I hate seeing how like she's being treated currently. But she even
Me
said like,
too.
I wish the camera wasn't in my face, but who am I to say that you can't? He was like, I made fun of all these people my entire career, and
Yeah.
like this is what I did, so you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Essentially, she like understood like you're allowed to see the side of me because this is what I've done for years. But I'm also like, maybe we shouldn't be doing it to anyone.
It's
Um,
one of those like, well, just because I did it doesn't mean that it's okay to keep doing the thing. But also,
no.
I think people, even though, okay, think what you want, but I think that there is a space for grace in that because, yeah, that's what she did. But people do the same thing on the internet where they just,
Okay.
and they're not even getting paid for it. Don't
No.
even have no viewers, just talking a bunch of yang into the abyss for no reason.
And even if she did do that, though I of course have not watched everything or heard everything that she's ever said, and she may have made fun of people's illnesses, which
She
I know
did.
she did. She's absolutely sick, literally. But my thing is, we didn't have cameras on these people's faces, and I think
Right.
that's what it is. Like we heard about things they did, and we had conversations around it, and that's fine. But to put the camera in her face mid like turmoil, I think is a bit egregious. Um,
Yeah.
and I hate other people coming into the picture. Like, why are you sitting there trying to have a real conversation with Black China? Though the conversation can be a very real conversation because Black China has said like you've been there for times that no one else would. Like you took care of me. You
Hmm.
always pour love and like it was a beautiful conversation. But it's just like she's literally in midst of dementia, and why are we sitting here watching this? It's the same way I personally feel about like Love on the Spectrum,
Mm.
but it's like this like infantilizing of uh disabilities or illnesses. Like it's just this weird thing and this tug and pull of a relationship that honestly
It's
should not
very
even be
it's very
had.
voyeuristic. Like people
And it's
always want to see something
yes,
into
and
everybody's
they
life.
turn it into like this zoo aspect, and I don't. That's kind of where I'm turned off. Um, though I understand the pushback on Wendy because of her career and legacy, but it's like she didn't have these people mid illness on her show with the camera in their face. She would talk crap about them
Most
or
of it.
lots of it, and we all gonna do that. Like we do that all the time. But I don't know how I feel about the reality aspect of it, of like seeing her struggle through something that so many people are also struggling with. But this one's different because we're also going to use Wendy as the punching bag of it. Like it's not like we're talking about and emphasizing the need for better care or like earlier signs to stop. It's like we're going to laugh at Wendy Williams because of all the harm she's caused, but like this doesn't just affect her. This affects her family. This affects so much. This affects so many other people who may be watching her who are dealing with family members who have dementia. Like
Exactly.
it's so layered and stacked that I don't think it's the key that everyone thinks it is. But who am I?
It's that thing where they say like, oh, this famous person that did this bad thing is not going to see this tweet, but your friend that went through the same thing does see your tweets and
Does
sees
see
how
it.
what you think about this. It's that, but also if there is a punishment or like a like retaliation to be made, who the heck are who are these people to be the ones to be in her face? Just because she did what she did to these people, the people that she talked about aren't advocating for this camera crew to go look. I'm sure that they also would be like, yeah, respect your privacy, because even though she didn't respect mine, I still know what it felt like to be on the other
Right.
side of that. So it's like now us regular civilians are like, yeah, that's what she get too. Girl, what did she do to you?
Okay, y'all
You
don't know
so
her.
ready. We really don't.
And y'all using her memes. Y'all using like you are using
Quoting
the things
her.
that she has branded and made into like a huge thing. Like Wendy Williams is an icon. Like we
Oh, for
look
sure.
now, come on now.
Come
Like
on
literally,
now.
like she is the moment. And
Right.
we can't remove that from her, but I think we need to remove the camera. Like, not only is this the turmoil of her actual mental health deteriorating, but it's also she's in a conservatorship. Like, there are other things that we're all just looking past because she was mean to people before. But it's like sin may be the same, but this is not the same punishment for the same crime. Like,
It's Black Women's History Month, and this might be a reach. I did not stretch, but I don't care. To me, it's like people are so ready to da 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 because she was mean to a couple people, like you said. I mean, there was a lot of people, but whatever. But
majority
these
of people.
war criminal political figures, y'all be so ready to respect them and all their whatevers. Oh no, let's respect the Queen's family. Don't talk about baby. What she
People can't
has
even
done
stand
to
up
these
for a ceasefire
people.
without y'all pulling them to sit down, or people can't stop a highway without y'all ready to fight and tussle and rumble over mass genocide. But this black woman who's literally going through it's not even like her family is going through it. She is the person who has provided us with laughs and all this for decades, a decade probably, for
No,
literal
decades
years.
with an S. Yeah. Because she
Okay,
was on the
because
radio before.
radio,
So
and then that's what I'm saying. Like, even we have moments of her with Whitney. Like, there were moments, like
that was good.
there are things that we have put into the cultural zeitgeist from this woman to
Hmm.
now just kind of discard her because of what her job was. Like, y'all do things at work that y'all don't want to do, and if someone held you in contempt for those things, how would you feel? She was an entertainer. That was her job, her role. These people, the family not getting paid to be on the show. She's probably
No.
not getting paid to be on the show. They own her. And it's actual, like, it's probably more like enslavement than anything else.
It's really sad. And I don't know how we got here, but prayers up for Wendy
Sorry.
Williams. R.I.P.
Yeah.
to Janice Burgess of the
Yeah.
Backyardigans.
And we thank you so
Um,
much because you really like raised a generation,
you gave
and
our friend a job,
you
apparently.
gave us, well, yes, and you gave us music early on. Like, these other girls, what's the one, the I don't know, where it'd be like bounce music and all these other beats and hip hop beats, whatever. We wouldn't have that if it wasn't for the Backyardigans. Like, that
No,
programming at the time was huge. Like,
huge,
because even though
huge.
they were animals, and I think that was probably done intentionally because they wasn't letting
Hmm.
5 black kids and a Hispanic
No,
child
baby.
on screen, but making them animals, but using caricatures and ideas of cultures that we understand, and then voices and
And they got these
tone.
black names. Tyrone,
Okay, Tyrone,
Uniqua, girl.
like, stop. She really ate that, and may she literally rest in peace, like, in
Yeah,
complete peace for the peace that she's given us, like she deserves.
she does.
And you know Backyardigans because the song went viral. What, 2020?
songs with an S.
Well,
A couple
yes.
of songs went
It was
viral. Into the thick of it, into the thick of it, and
I have the other one on my phone. It starts with a C.
mm,
Castaways. We
Castaways.
are
A bop. I mean,
castaways.
even the theme song was a bop. Like,
Yes. We
I'm not gonna attempt to sing it because
are from the
it's pretty high.
backyard again. And
And they start
like
rapping.
they was in it. Bye. Good night.
Girl,
Well,
speaking of
turn up.
music, um, speaking of
Sorry.
music, Michelle Williams of Literally Destiny's Child has she has a commercial with Uber One, which whatever, girl, get your money. Where basically the concept is like how she doesn't get recognized for being Michelle, and she's like, I was
Yes.
in one of the most popular girl groups, and in the commercial, she's like, oh, she's sitting on a bench. This lady, like, are you Michelle Williams? And she's like, I am, and she's like, you dropped your wallet. It's just so funny.
So
She
funny.
looks so good in it, and it's crazy because she looks just like Michelle Williams. So very like the marketing kind of ate that one thing because nobody in that commercial was black. Like she was the
No.
only black face. Baby,
Which was very intentional because
let that
any
have been
black
me in that
person.
park.
Let me have a dog named Michelle and see Michelle Williams sitting on a bench while I'm yelling to Michelle, and you turn around. I'm like, girl, fuck that dog. Now I'm talking to you.
First of all, my dog is named after you because I love you. So much.
Hello, my dog is literally named after you. I had 2 other dogs, and they've all passed away, and they had other names, which we don't need to. We don't.
And
need to
we
dive
sent
into.
them their luggage.
Okay.
I like it's just crazy. It was just so cute because it was like it's a silly
It was
idea,
funny. It was
whatever.
yeah.
But I'm like, baby, that might be your truth in that community, but please come here.
And honestly, I feel like a black person was behind it because
Oh, for
that's
sure.
a joke within the black community. Like being the Michelle of the group is like a black communal joke. Other people may have adopted it, but please understand where it came from.
Yeah, the Kevin of the Jonas Brothers is there.
Exactly. And that's hilarious. But we know Michelle's mic is not on. Like it's always gonna be a joke about Michelle, and I know that she sees them all. Can you please move? I know she sees them all, but like to curate that and to specifically put white people as like the people in the park and whatnot was very intentional because any black person would have been like, "Is that Michelle Williams?" What would have been hilarious though is if a black person was driving the Uber. It was like, "Is that Michelle Williams?" That would have taken me out. And blasting like Destiny's Child.
Or like after she just like is like over it, she gets up to walk away, and then a black person was like walks up into the frame talking to the white woman, like, was that Michelle Williams? It's like, yeah, how did you know? Cut the commercial. Because they, it costs too much for Uber to get the rights to play 30 seconds of or even 15 seconds of a Destiny's Child song.
Well, they
but I thought it was so good.
Her part.
Which sometimes is the best part. I don't know what the girls are trying to say.
No, I'm saying because Beyonce may make them charge a lot more than Michelle may charge. Because the girls is writing. So like if it's her part, girl.
Listen, Candy Birds can get that check regardless. So just play what you want to play.
Well, no matter what song is played on any commercial ever in life, Candy Birds is going to
Candy Birds, she stays collecting a check. But I just thought it was so fun because I love when celebrities can laugh at themselves in that way and not take themselves too seriously. And I feel like that's true of all of the Children of Destiny, at least from what we've seen of their personalities. Of course, we don't know them, but obviously we saw Beyonce's commercial. Like clearly she's not afraid to laugh at herself. She's like, did I break the internet yet? It was so funny. It was so cute.
Yeah.
Clearly, Kelly's not afraid to laugh at herself because she was in that Tyler Perry movie. And Michelle, this ad. So, all the Children of Destiny, they're good for a laugh.
Yes.
Did you watch her movie?
Mia Culpa?
Don't.
I'm not. Baby, who is it made by?
Right.
Someone who I saw post was like, this is every time Tyler Perry drops, it's an event in my house. It's time to gather around and be prepared to watch one of the worst movies we've ever seen.
Correct. And that used to be true.
Absolutely true.
But that's I don't want to watch true this. After I think like or during Boo a Halloween whatever that was, because it's just like what is this? First of all, baby, this is a Christian franchise and you have a Halloween movie. It was already too much.
And what was A Fall from Grace? That was
Oh
like
my
one of the
god.
ones
Oh my
Twitter
gosh, it was
ate
terrible.
up a fall from
That
grace.
was a it was
It
so
was
bad.
terrible, but it had potential, and that's what pissed me off. Like
Mhm.
if you didn't do this
It
in
could
a
have been so
weekend,
good.
it could have been so good, especially like older
The
cast.
twist.
It was going to be so good, but you had these terrible man wigs, phones upside down or not even working or not even like it was just so rushed and rinse, washed, and repeated that it was just like it wasn't worth it.
It really wasn't, and I'm so glad that I didn't pay any money to see it. Speaking of not paying any money, Jaden, before we started, made me aware of a little bit of a scandal. Do you want to talk about that, Jaden?
Yeah. So now I won't talk about it no more. So uh basically, as we know, Nicki Minaj is going on tour. This has nothing to do with Nicki Barb, spit
Oh,
your guns down.
I didn't know actually, but thank you.
Yeah. Nicki Minaj is on tour and she's probably like week 2 into the tour. And for the
Oh,
song FTCU with the high heels on my tippies, though they and Gabbana that's on my titties. Um for that portion, there was a creator on TikTok by the name of Dante Cooley or Coley or Collie or Coley um child who made a TikTok dance to that part of the song that blew up, got 18 million impressions or whatever, views, something like that. And had when people heard it, it became so big where out in public when the song would come on, that's the dance they're doing. So also it became so big that when this part of the song comes on, though it's changed a little bit and altered, that's what they do in the performance on tour.
mm,
So when the video came out that uh this portion was included in the tour choreography, people were tagging Dante Cooley like, look at this, they're using your dance, they're using your dance, they're using your dance. And I don't really remember or really understand kind of the first initial sparks of everything. Because as we know, I'm in and out of Twitter. But what I did see was him saying that he Nikki had responded to I guess complaint around it, saying like we're gonna get somebody to reach out to him. Like I didn't know this was from something. I just thought this was choreo for real. And I want to make sure we honor him. Da, 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 da. She put someone and here's one thing I want people to remember. Though we know people's names, like a Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, Shakira. I don't know why I said Shakira, but she's here. Rihanna, other people. These are brands. Like, though
mhm.
we know their name, they are a brand, and we don't know their team. Like, there's a full group of people dedicated to this one person's image, brand, so on and so forth. Someone from her team reaches out to him and they talk back and forth, whatever. And I guess they couldn't come to agreements on both sides. And what Dante, whatever. So the person Dante makes a video saying like they didn't come to agreement on whatever, and I just asked that they change the choreo or like I just get credited. And fans of Nicki Minaj were attacking said person, saying he's clout chasing, saying he should be grateful for what he got. Because Nicki had already commented and said like this is I want to make sure he seems nice and sweet. I want to make sure like they said that was enough for this to be a thing, and they were trying to make him seem ungrateful. And that's my man, my man, my man. So I just had to be quiet because that's my man. And he made another video. Well, also in response to all this, the person who from the team who had reached out has said that he declined meet and greets, he declined tickets in his city. He demanded that he be put on stage, which they declined, and then they offered him $100 for the
Girl.
5 seconds of choreography. Because the part that they use is not long at all. I want to make sure that's clear and it's understood. The part they use is not long and it's changed from the original TikTok. Sure, yes. However, and again, and I feel like this is outside of Nicki because this happens to more people than just the
All the
situation.
time.
it happens all the time. I just think this instance is kind of what we can have this conversation off of. Dante then makes a video saying like, whoa, like based on what he said, I could see why y'all are saying what y'all are saying to me, because they would look keep talking crazy to my man. He was like, I never decline a meet and greet. I never decline tickets. I asked, not demanded, if I could go on stage, and when I was told no, we moved on. He was like, and then they wanted to pay me less than $100 for an 8 count, and he was like, and I just couldn't sell my work for that much. So I asked that they either have her repost and specifically tag him, saying like whatever, just as a shout out, or take out the show and like just put new choreo in. And that was still, people were still trying to make it seem like that was too much. And I'm like, see, here's where y'all lose me again. Y'all lose me a lot. But here's where y'all lose me again. Y'all have never created anything in y'all lives. Like, clearly you have no idea what it's like to be like an independent creator of something, or be invested in some type of talent or craft of some sort. I need you to move, baby. I need you to get out of my way. Because you would know that nothing that had happened was enough to compensate what should have been compensated. Like I said, 18 million views, and people are doing this. Has now become the thing people do when they hear the song. That's worth more than less than $100 to me personally.
First of all, Jaden, the problem is that people, they can't fathom like somebody being their work being worth something unless they view them as a person that's worth something. If it was, what's his name, Sean Benken, is that his last name?
Yeah.
If he choreographed 1 count, the girls, he would be getting a check. I can promise you that. We talked about this however many weeks ago about the Super Bowl ads. If a person who's famous steps into frame and steps right back out of frame, they're getting millions. So this person who literally, like, it's not crazy for someone to be paid for their work. Not even just like, I made a Canva flyer for my job and they didn't give me a bonus. Okay. This is a mega star.
Yes.
Baby, it's not crazy. The people that are saying that it was enough are the same girls that think that when their company buys them pizza on Friday, it makes up for the fact that they don't get a living wage. So I really don't care what their opinion is on it, because they're wrong. Like,
yes,
what he's asking for is so, like, baby,
and
I want to get in there and ask for more.
He lives off being a creator. Like, that's the other thing.
What
like,
is what's a shout? Like,
also, and they're like, he's ruined his chances to work with other people. Or I'm like, no, he didn't. Y'all really need to stop. Y'all really don't know anything of what y'all.
They don't know
about.
what his DMs are looking like.
Y'all have never done a thing. Like, the only thing you've done so far in this lifetime is be born and waste everyone's time. Like, you have not created something or put your all into a gift besides being a stan. And it's really sad and unfortunate, because he has to also survive off this. This is also the thing he's trying to make his primary position, role, job, whatever. So the fact that y'all think it's okay for anyone, again, this is regardless of Nicki Minaj. Like, also, I think this is more pointed at the person who's in contact with this person, because, you know, Nicki can't make every deal with like whoever. This is the person, making this back and forth conversation with them, but also to then post what was said online to put an attack also on this person is a little chaotic to me. A little is doing too much work there. It's chaotic. But like, as a choreographer, meet and greet tickets or Nicki Minaj knows my name, that don't get you booked. That don't pay your rent. That don't feed you.
It definitely don't pay the rent.
That don't feed you. That don't keep your lights on. What keeps your lights on is at least a shout out, a specific shout out, adding and showing me. Because what I would have did, I would just posted the choreo from the original TikTok on my story at Dante Cooley, and then the next clip is the choreo from the tour. That's literally direct Like, and that's all he was asking for. Outside of the finances of it, if y'all just gave him that, he would have been fine. But
It
y'all
could have
wanted
been
to really
over.
just take it and make it seem like he's being ungrateful. I don't have to be grateful for someone taking my work, and just because you're a big artist, like, because when you do that on tour, people aren't going to come back and watch my video. Like that, it doesn't send people to my video because they watch you do the dance on tour. What
No,
does send people to my
exactly.
video is who choreographed this? Dante Cooley. Who styled me at so and so. Who did my hair today at so and so. That may get people booked, but a retweet or a quote tweet, let's get this person some love. Like that does nothing besides for fans. I think fans have to stop thinking as if everyone knows what they know. Like people don't care as much as they care about the person that they are fans of. And
For
we have to
sure.
stop like making it seem separate. We have to stop making it seem like everyone lives the same world we live in. I didn't know that so and so had oral surgery last month. I didn't know that because I'm not a super fan.
Yeah. The girls are way more tuned in, and because to them it's so common knowledge, they think that everybody just knows. I don't know who does Nicki Minaj's nails, but also my thinking is this. Now, listen, I don't have a degree in communication, marketing, none of that. But to me, wouldn't you think that bringing him on stage would also have that concert clip go viral? And then it's like, oh my gosh, I hope he's in my city. To me, that feels
I
like a
think
viral moment.
I think even with the controversy of this back and forth, you could still do that, and I think it would be
I think it'd be
huge.
better. Like, why would you say no? Don't come on the stage, baby. If you don't just walk up, all you got to do is reprogram the light to be put in this place. Just change the lighting cue. He can get on stage. He can wear what he got on. Don't even worry about it. Come with what
And
you
he
got
just got to
on.
do it honestly for one show, and I think he lives in LA. Do it for one LA show.
It's
He
done.
does his part, and honestly, you could do his part and then run it back, and then do y'all choreography.
Mm-hmm.
But
The
like
people don't want to work.
y'all don't know what it's like to even outside of create something, have your stuff stolen or have your things
Ugh,
looked at and disregarded, or because like they will laugh at you, like they will play in your face. These companies will play in your face, but y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know what it's like to actually have to deal with people who actually want to take advantage of you. Like y'all think everyone's just so nice, and because you like these people that their teams are nice or their teams want to pay
right.
your schooling. Nicki Minaj may pay your school tuition, but her team members are like, girl, F you. We're not doing that. And that's who people are having to deal with.
I just feel like this is where we're gonna keep on messing up for this revolution because the girls keep siding with big business. They keep siding with the wrong people. Why wouldn't you, as a normal person, a regular everyday person, be more outraged at the potential of your, I mean, you don't create nothing, but the potential of something you do being stolen and then you getting nothing? People get pressed and pissed when their little Facebook food creations get taken.
Okay.
Girl, you mad because somebody stole your cornbread, gravy, mac and cheese, sweet potato cupcake
Girl,
recipe?
even closer to home. You're mad that your best friend wore your jacket and got more likes on Instagram than you. Like
Please,
it be
please,
see what I'm saying? Like
please.
it be that, and then you that does not correlate to someone not being actually paid for work they did for a moment that literally went viral. And they're like, well, why aren't you asking all the people who whatever to pay you? And I'm like, well, when they duet his video or when they redo it and they said, because mind you, let's not forget when TikTok first started and the D'Amelio sisters stole the dance moves from the black girl who I can't remember her name,
Whose name we still don't remember.
whose name we don't
Some people
remember,
know it. Some people know
who
it.
we don't see on
Hmm.
doing anything. They have a whole Hulu show.
I was just about to say they have a whole reality TV show.
Where's my baby girl? Like where's she
She
at?
has. I seen that she's on like one commercial where she does the TikTok dance, and I'm like, too little, too late, but okay, go off.
Literally. But that put forth the effort of putting choreo by, or I forget what it says, CB, and then they put the artist. I mean, they put the
Hmm.
other creator who made it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying? Like that made that the normal. Like
Mm-hmm.
person who did the choreo is this person. 18 million things. TikTok is paying him. He's getting money from these other people.
18 million
Hello?
things. Exactly. Oh my gosh. It's not even to be that person to soapbox. I really hate to be this person, but this kind of stuff gets on my nerves. Not him asking for what he deserves, but the people taking up arms and like creating such a moment and having so much to say about this when there's real stuff going on in the world. Either say nothing or focus on the right things. Like, baby, there's real problems, old problems. Flint still don't got clean water, and you worried about this man asking for some money for something he created. Please, bore somebody else. Please. Nicki Minaj is not reading your tweets. She's not going to say, oh my gosh, Barb, Mega Barb, 0345. She had my back. Let's invite her to the mansion. Baby, Nicki Minaj is not going to
No.
see your tweet and she's not going to.
She may follow you back. And that be it.
Girl, she don't care about you. Girl, I gotta go. But the days it's gonna be harder because everything goes viral and everything is so documented and like video wise that thankfully it's gonna be harder for the people, the big guys, to steal from the little guys, without some pushback. Now, are the little guys gonna start getting what they deserve? Hopefully, but can't really say. But at least the people will know, I saw that on TikTok. She did not come up with that. That is not
Right.
hers. And if people stop being so stone-headed, we can come together and really take the bigger guys down. It will never happen in this life with these ragamuffins, but one can hope. In other news, really, really quick, I saw this and I thought it was, really good to share, especially for the irrational girlies out there, the scary preppers of the world. Science is getting just one step closer to creating a universal anti venom, what's it called? Antidote. So right now it's like if you get bit by a snake, baby, we need to know the make, the model, the year, and the plate number for that snake so we can get you that anti-venom.
I'm
Baby,
crying.
I don't know. I don't know. It was dark and now there's 2 holes in my skin. And now that person is dead. Literally, snake bites account for, let's say, 138,000 deaths a year. Bless you.
Thank you.
Now, with this universal anti-venom antidote, baby, it don't matter what the snake was. Shoot it up. Give me the shot. Give me the medicine. Life saved. I just think that this is what I personally want my tax dollars to go to. Because, yeah, people are saying, girl, I live in the city. I'm not worried about no snakes. Girl, I live in the whatever. I'm not worried about no snakes. You should be.
Right.
Because it's farmers and it's our babies. It's our children getting bitten and killed by snakes. Yeah, you saw that big snake and you know not to go by that tree. But little Timmy didn't know. He's only 3.
Okay. And people are weird. People will bring pet snakes, pet
Oh my
pet
God.
pythons, and then when the
Yes.
bitches is loose, and yeah, you on 49th and 3rd, but so is baby snake do. And now you running from a snake and about to get bit, and you didn't want to bring around the anti-venom insulin. Girl, that's your fault.
Exactly.
Girl, we tried
Baby
to warn you.
snake. We really did. So, like I said, oh my gosh, like every time you see a sitcom from the 90s, ooh, I wonder what 2020 is gonna look like. It's gonna be flying cars. No. It's not gonna be none of that. It's gonna be these universal anti-venoms. And that whenever we say modern
Get him at the corner
medicine,
store.
it ain't nothing. It's really nothing. Every EMT vehicle has a couple stashed.
And it's definitely a big thing for like campers or
Oh my
like
gosh, yes.
hikers, like picnics, all that.
Like you should not have to die because you got bit by something. No, it could be big, but also it could be small. That's not
And
right.
venomous. And don't
Every
some insects
time.
have venom? Like, don't certain bees have venom?
Oh, exactly. And I don't know, but I'm going to believe that's true. And this is good for those girls too, because like I said, some of the girls out there are just irrational. They will truly live in the middle of the city and just be like really scared of different things. And that's not even like a jab. I'm not coming for these girls. I'm saying there is hope for y'all. The days just got a little bit brighter because now we're working on something.
It's in spring.
We as in human. Correct. It's in spring. But the snakes love that water. They love a nasty, muddy something, and that's spring.
They do.
Speaking of that muddy, nasty.
Ooh.
Did you read this headline?
I did.
Family Dollar, you're sick. You're disgusting. I used to work at a Dollar General. Dollar General. That's the yellow and black one. Sick, nasty business.
That's not Dollar.
They're all owned by Dollar Tree.
Are they?
I know that Family Dollar is. I could have just added Dollar General to that conglomerate. But for the sake of not fact checking, let's just say they're all connected. But what I do know is that you needed $14 million to pay
42.
them people back. 42, because I can't even read. I'm just $42 million and a lawsuit because Family Dollar, they were shipping stuff out of their warehouses knowing that they were, and I'm going to say rodent infested, but just let you know that article had a different R word. But I'm a respect for listeners. Yeah.
Like rhymes with coach?
Rhymes with bat. But them coaches was out there.
I don't know. I'm like,
literally said it.
A roach is a rodent?
Listen, you can use
or
that
you
word
didn't want to do the 2-for-1
infestation.
sale?
Jaden, but here's the thing though. It wasn't just giving the those two things. They were like, oh, it's dead birds up in here. They got dead whatevers, probably snakes. They knew about this problem since August of 2020, girl. And they were still sending stuff out. And it was mostly in the southern stores, like in Louisiana, Alabama, and stuff like this, in Mississippi, where they would be like, okay, baby, all these boxes is chewed up. Why is there droppings in the cereal? What is this? Oh, that ain't nothing. Just mark it down. No. It's going to be a no. And this is the biggest settlement for any like food safety related crime, essentially, which I'm kind of shocked about. I'm about to say I'm kind of shocked because I would need 42 million alone just for me and my house, personally.
This is actually quite unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Because outside of the company, I'm thinking of two things. There are employees that have been working in this place, probably getting routinely sick, probably having to take time off because you're working in a rodent-infested dead bird, roadkill place. Like, and you in there from 9 to 5 or third shift, second shift. You're in there all day. The ventilation system is also probably terrible. So it probably also stink in there. And then who is the primary people purchasing from a Family Dollar? Like, that's the other thing. Like, you didn't care enough to provide actual quality services to the people who were supposed to be receiving these things for cheaper prices. Like, you were supposed to be the bridge, but over troubled water. And now the water is at our feet and we're swimming with the fishes. And that's what I don't necessarily appreciate. Outside of Family Dollar owing 42 million, I feel like the warehouse workers need their own settlement. There's more money that needs to come out, because why since 2020, the heat of 2020, have we been sitting here with disease in the air, and y'all still want me to come to work, and y'all don't want to let me take my full 30-minute break? Like, think of all the things you go through at your own job. Now picture the whole place infested with rodents, roaches, and all these other dead animals. Picture that. Picture the stresses you go through on a daily basis. Now picture looking over to your left, and the rat is playing chopsticks with your pencils. Then picture you go to one of these stores that receive one of these shipments, and you go and you come home after a long day's work next to the rodents, and you can only offer your children cereal for dinner tonight because you're so exhausted. And what's also in said cereal is droppings and baby roaches playing uh
Please, the visual, the visual.
because they in their Marco Polo, and you want to act like this is okay. Just
It's
so
not.
that's how you can make money, just so you can make profits, and now you gotta give out 42 million, and now we gotta say your name on some podcast out in the Northeast.
But my thing is this, okay, how much money have y'all made since 2020? That's how much you owe us, actually. I don't really care which
You have to
items,
stop.
which stores were affected. Give me back all that money that you've been making since 2020. Let me read you this. It says this. Let me make sure I'm really into this microphone. This is from the article I read.
You should have been
The
doing that work.
warehouse, I know, right? The warehouse continued shipping products until January 2022 when an FDA inspection found, y'all not ready for this, live rodents, dead and decaying rodents, rodent feces, urine, and odor, as well as evidence of gnawing and nesting through the facility. Nearly 1,300, I almost got carried away, 100 rodents were exterminated, and the company on February 18th, 2022, launched a massive recall of products sold by 404 stores serviced by the warehouse. Now, my question is, if you knew since 2020, then FDA said, in January 2022, why does it take to February 18th for y'all to put a stop on this stuff? Jaden, you know it's better than anybody how easy it is to send an email company wide. Y'all could have sent an email and let the girls know, don't sell them Pop-Tarts you just got in this morning.
Okay, it's a lot more than pop.
And them tarts. I'm sick
Back up.
of it. And like you said, it's the strategic placing of the Family Dollar, Dollar Trees, Dollar Generals in these specific neighborhoods. Do we have to get into the tea about where they're placed? No, because the people know. You see where they're popping up. They're not popping up next to Starbucks. I'll tell you that. They're popping up in these black and brown neighborhoods. What, like,
And it's really unfortunate. Even down to rodents move in packs. Like they don't move by
oh,
themselves. Like they move as a unit. We saw Ratatouille, and
oh my God, exactly.
and the rat is not on nobody's head chefing up Chef Boyardee. The rat is in your school's the binder you bought for your child. The rat is in the soap that you use on your body. The rat because it's also pee, and these things infiltrate boxes. Like these aren't just, it's in different areas. Like I'm
When you see a
confused.
dropping on something, you throw that something away. Like in a home, if there's some droppings on your, let's say your blanket in the basement, that blanket in the basement is trash now, baby. Don't try to wash it. It's trash. Everything in that warehouse is trash. Burn the whole ware. Okay, I took that too far. Maybe not. Maybe not. I just feel like an extermination isn't enough. It needs to, and also $42 million is not enough. It needs to be a shutting down of, giving back to, and yeah, basically those two things. I lost respect that I didn't really have much of for Family Dollar. And that's what I'll say on that.
And that's that.
And that's that. And that was the catch. Woo, child, that got me worked up.
Whew.
The next thing is this. No take it or leave it, because it's Black Women's History Month, and it's not right to be talking that mess. If you have a helpful question you want to ask us, please feel free to do so at childanywaypod at gmail.com. And, we'll answer your question. How to negotiate a raise, how to match my socks to my shirt, stuff like that. But the questions about, like, what do I do if I saw my boss walking out of a hotel room with my coworker? we're going to pause that until May because that's when this 3 month will be over. But we do have a look into it, a segment that the real ones remember, where it's something that Jaden and I are continuing to get information on and doing our own separate outside of the podcast research, just like as like a you don't have to watch the news, but definitely look into this thing. So basically, if you haven't already looked into what's happening in Haiti right now, specifically in regards to the past week or so, basically, um, so before a lot of the crimes were happening, okay, also I have to look into it because I don't know the cultural context of the stuff. But basically, they said before a lot of the crimes were gang against each other, between each other, gang violence. But now, for whatever reason, whatever meeting happened, the gangs have united for the goal of overthrowing the government, which, and this is why I have to look into it because on the surface, I respect that. But it's not funny, but they've been shooting at the airport and releasing thousands of prisoners, which opinions on, but I have to look into it. So literally, it's not even a hard thing to find. It's not like some, oh, you got to really dig to find this story. Baby, just type in what's happening in Haiti right now,
That
and you
part.
will get at least 7 articles. And that's why it's important to look into it because, every publication has their different bias
And
lens.
honestly,
So,
the more you dive into it, America's probably has some hand in it as well. Um, I'm not. I wouldn't be
1000%.
surprised. Also, want to just keep pushing people to learn more about Palestine, the Republic of Congo, Sudan,
Sudan.
um, all the things. There's a long list. Hawaii. Uh, yeah, it's a lot going on. A part of the reason I wasn't down for last week was the whole Aaron Bushnell thing.
Mm.
The guy who self-immolated, which this means like the commit suicide in some way or do like a public display of kind of what he did. So he set himself on fire um, in protest of Palestine and no longer wants to be complicit in the genocide of Palestinian people, which it's a lot of emotions that come behind that and a lot of feelings. So it just I would need to process these things because these aren't just numbers to people. Well, to me, and I'm going to also extend that to Amira
Mm-hmm.
and to other people also just experiencing kind of what's going on. These aren't just numbers; these are actual people, just like you and me, who deal with things, who are dealing with a lot, um, who are dealing with literally life or death, and with many faces attached to those, both of those. So it can be quite taxing. So please forgive us for any, though y'all understand, but it's just sometimes we just need a breather, not even just because our own lives are a lot, but just because the world is a lot currently. And I also want to extend that to y'all. Like sometimes it's okay to step back or to miss out on something or kind of have a moment to just kind of sit because it's a lot to process daily and we're processing a lot of information all at once and then you add on social media, then you add on family, then you add on friends, then you add on rats in your workplace. Like it can be a lot and it can be quite taxing. So um rest in peace, Aaron. uh Please look into kind of everything. It's a lot, but it's important that we stay up to date. It's important that we advocate for others. It's important that we advocate for ourselves. It's important that we. Speaking of, to that person who got on Beyonce's internet in and attacked the librarian Michael,
Oh my gosh. No, seriously.
may all hell rain on your ass. And at this point, she's apologized and even has made like a YouTube video, like outwardly apologizing. Um, because I can understand people tweeting things, though what she said was absolutely terrible. And I don't know how many like followers or whatever she has. Sometimes you tweet something and that be the thing that blew up, and it's like, wait, y'all was not supposed to
Yeah.
see, like the world was not
Mhm.
supposed to interact with this and whatnot. And it's not even just that comment she made that did it. It's the people who piled on top of that because if everyone would have all ignored that comment, that's one thing, which because we do it all the time with a bunch of things. When your best friend is posting something that they're doing with their lives and their
Ooh,
creation, we all ignore that. But
shade.
when someone has something nasty and rude to say, then people are piling on. And what they did to Michael, the librarian, is really like sad and unfortunate. And it's just another thing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look into it. We already did the catch, and I can't catch y'all up on it.
Ah.
But it's just another thing. Like, you never know what people are dealing with. You never know what's going on in people's lives, along with the lives we're all like, the things we're all having to see and constantly be at face with. Um, it's hard to escape. So just show a little grace, show a little kindness. Someone was rude to you. I understand. Y'all know I'm quick to cut somebody out. Extend grace instead. Extend a kindness instead, because you never know if people are on their like last moments. So like some people are on the brink of
Mm-hmm.
self-immolation, literally. So like sometimes the kindness can spark something else, and no pun intended. Um, moving on.
So now it's time for Thank Me Later. This
Mhm.
is where Jaden and I are like, that was good. I think our listeners might like this.
Yeah.
Oh, you already know it? Okay, cool. Then ignore me, I guess. I'll go first because I literally have one thing because I don't be doing much. And
Mm,
Jaden has like 30 things to share. So my
I
thing is
do.
this. Little Sims, I'm pretty sure I shared her other album when it dropped however many years ago. Gave us like 15-minute EP called Drop 7. It's
Is it
so
good?
different than her
Mm.
last work. It's so you, I feel like. Like the first song is so and it's like, whoa,
You
I
know I
would not
live.
expect that. It was just so much fun. Like, whoa, because the last one was giving us like, ooh, it's time to think, it's time to get deep. This one's like, I'm just here to shimmy and shake. But not even in a shimmy shake way. It's more like in a robotic shimmy shake.
Mm.
Electro shimmy shake. I think you would
Electro
really
shake.
enjoy it. Electro feels like
Frosty.
something else. Yeah.
Electro
Electro
frosty.
Yeah, exactly. So Jada, what do you have?
So I have three things for music, and then one thing it's a quick watch. But Schoolboy Q, as I spoke about earlier, dropped a new album called Blue Lips. Really good. I've always liked Schoolboy Q, and when I was younger, I was told I looked like Schoolboy Q, even though I could not tell you what this man looks like. Could not point him out in the crowd.
You
Nothing.
don't.
I don't. I know I don't. But I was wearing a bucket hat, and it was like, you look Schoolboy Q. And it's like, girl, you seen a Negro in a bucket hat, and you just pointed and said words.
Hello.
But I listened to the album already. It was really good. It's one of those rap albums that's like, I was gonna say family friendly, but no. But it's like friendly. Like you could play this at functions and
Mm,
like, which I think that's very TDE coded in general. Like Isaiah Rashad also had an album that you can kind of play.
mm,
Like the creatives are gonna love Schoolboy Q's album because we love a on set album. The girls love albums that they can play on set. Um,
yeah.
very fun, very dynamic, a lot of great tracks on there. I need you to go and listen to the Serpent with Feet project. You didn't have to listen to anything past the first song. The first song is like a Jersey Club beat. Girl,
Mm.
girl. You know that SNL sketch with Megan Thee Stallion?
Which one?
Girl.
Oh, I don't think I saw it. I'm sorry, sweetie.
You didn't see that one? Oh my god. Were they only it's like, I'm happy I got to speak to you because it's been a lot going on. So tell me what's happening. Girl. They're like, girl?
That's so
Girl.
real. That
It's
is
just
so
so funny. He's
accurate.
like, girl. He was like, girl. She was like, you right. You right. Megan Thee Stallion, you'll always be famous. Um,
Always.
so please scream. Please stream Schoolboy Q's Blue Lips. Next, I want y'all to turn up. It is time to turn all the way up. 3 6 Mafias when the smoke clears. Let me tell you something. You wanna you want to throw a little ass, or you want to
I do.
clean the shit out that room,
I do.
play this album. Like, I feel like there's certain kinds of music that allows you to do certain kind of things. Like,
Oh, for sure.
if you want to, not a deep clean. I won't say this is a deep clean album. This is I gotta straighten up 4 rooms today. It's that one. It's the deep clean. You gonna go R&B. You gonna go long winded album. Something you can like, whatever. You just need to straighten up all your spaces and like just tidy up. Maybe like clean the bathroom or whatever. Throw this on. You're gonna be moving and you're gonna be turning up. Okay, and it's so good. And I never listened to 3 6 Mafia, like, or I've never thought I have. Of course, there's big songs from every artist that you probably have, heard before, but I've never like gone out and listened to a 3 6 Mafia album. Whole thing cleared, and I realized how much this music raised me and how much I loved this sound of music. They're from Memphis, but like, like the yelling on a track, or like it's 14 different people on a track all together. Like, something about that is so like, it's so black. It's so culturally impactful. And speaking of culturally impactful, this album specifically, if you go listen to it, you will hear so many other songs that have come out after this album. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have and let me go look. It is Weak Ass Bitch. That's on Weak Ass Bitch. Megan Thee Stallion has a Weak Ass Bitch song. I'll be born. Like, it's a lot of songs where you'll listen to it and be like, this is where these other people are getting these songs from. It's that. And I love stuff like that. I love a cultural icon, or like juggernaut that is like, they're huge to some, but also like, you don't know how much impact they actually have because it's just them being authentic. Like, it's just who they were and the thing that they had and the thing they created and what that turned into. But then you see it in so many different areas, and I just love impact. It's so juicy. And same impact, but different girl. Why did no one tell me about Avril Lavigne? And I knew about her. Trust and believe, I knew. But that first album, Let Go, mama, she got played the other day. I was gagging. Avril cleared these bitches. Avril ate bad. And for that to be like, what, 2000? Where the hell at? 2002? And this is also Complicated era. I don't know if you would know from here, but Complicated is on there. Doing it. And even the yeah. That's from that album. Like, Avril, please.
Some people are curious how you stumbled upon these albums and how you decided what you wanted to listen to. How do we go from 3 6 Mafia
to Avril Lavigne?
Because I know Apple Music wasn't like, now that you're finished this album, here's one you might enjoy.
No, that's not what happened at all. It was actually, I was watching an interview with Baby Mother, who we know I love, and she said her, asked who her influences were, and she said 3 6 Mafia. So I went, clicked on 3 6 Mafia, and then click one of their featured albums on Apple Music, and then I played the first one, and then I was gagging, and then Avril, I forget how she popped up, but something made me just go click. I think I was thinking about Willow Smith, and they have a collab, and I love their song "Grow." Ugh, that's such a good, like, impactful song. Like, if you listen to the words over like Sonic's, like the words. But then I was just like, let me go listen to old Avril, and I clicked it, and I was transformed.
Period.
Anyway, so next is a YouTube short film. Well, a short film on YouTube called Opal. OPAL. It's only like 13 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like a creepy short film that is easy to understand once you've seen it. Like once you watch the whole thing, it'll click. But probably the first time watching, you're like, "Oh, what the hell is this?" But then once you get to the end of it, you're like, "Oh, I know what this is." But it's really like about grief. It's about like childhood. What's the word? Child abuse in a way. And just watch it. And for recommendation of mood is at night, dark. You know, I will watch it on my phone and like watch it like, you know, in bed, just sitting there watching something. Like I will watch like that over watching on like a TV that you can, or like a laptop you can, but I think the experience is a little more intimate with it, like to your face. So that's all I got. Little list my entire music library. That's all I
No, I
got
was
for
gonna
y'all.
say that was a couple of things. To get us
Just a few.
started. Okay.
So this has been and go read some books. I gotta keep saying it. Go read a book. I just finished Minor Detail. Hold on, let me put the girls on.
Screaming.
I just finished Minor Detail by Adania Shibli, ADANIASHIBLI. It's a Palestinian author and a Palestinian story, fiction book, and it's only 103 pages. Mine's 105, but it's very close.
Come on, thick print.
And then you're free. Matt, and if your library doesn't have it, you can also get them to buy it, because that's what I did. But yeah, this has been an episode of
Wait. Okay,
so
I just finished, because everybody reads like, ooh. I just finished Hitting a Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick by Zora Neale Hurston, which is a collection of short stories from the Harlem Renaissance, is how they market it. And if you don't feel like reading, the audiobook is done by Ingenue Ellis, who is iconic and the best. So
great. See a picture of that? She got Amira has a few books on her shelves that she needs to just pass on over.
I got you.
But this has been another episode of Ooh, what am I, goofy? This has been an episode of Ciao. Anyway, like the hell?
This cartoon reaction. You can listen to Ciao anyway, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
We drop new episodes.
Like, share, subscribe, rate and review, follow us on YouTube, follow us on all the apps, email us, do all of that.
We want to hear from you. Go stream Drop 7 by Little Sims, Blue Lips by Schoolboy Q, When the Smoke Clears by 3-6 Mafia, and Let Go by Avril Lavigne. They're all albums or projects. And then go over to YouTube and watch Opal, the short film, and enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, life, death, pursuit of happiness. Amen.
Oh, all right. Bye.